Our planet holds secrets that most of us will never stumble upon in our lifetimes. Beyond the cities, beyond the places marked on travel maps, lies a world sculpted by nature in ways that defy belief. Vast deserts hide lakes that shimmer pink like liquid sunsets. Frozen caves in Asia never melt even under summer skies, and waterfalls carve through red canyons as if painted by an unseen hand. These wonders are not part of the ordinary tourist trail. They are the Earth's hidden masterpieces, each carrying a story written over millions of years. In every corner of the globe, from the deepest reefs to the highest cliffs, there are places so surreal they feel almost alien, yet they remind us of the raw power and delicate artistry of our planet. This is more than just scenery. It's a connection to something greater, a glimpse into Earth's untold chapters. Join us as we journey to uncover the most breathtaking natural secrets still waiting to be discovered. In the high desert of Utah, just outside the town of Moab, lies one of the most unexpected landscapes in America. Vast, geometric pools of brilliant blue and turquoise shimmering against a backdrop of red sandstone cliffs. These are the Moab Potash evaporation ponds, a surreal sight visible even from space. Stretching for thousands of acres, the ponds are filled with brine pumped from deep below the surface. Potash, short for potassium salts, has been forming underground here for over 300 million years, the remnants of an ancient seabed that once covered this region. To extract it, companies inject water more than 2,000 feet down, dissolving the deposits, then pump the brine up to the surface, where the desert sun does the work of evaporation. The result is a patchwork of dazzling colors created by special dyes added to speed up the process. Beyond their industrial purpose, the ponds look like giant abstract paintings etched into the desert, a reminder of how human ingenuity and deep geologic time intersect in extraordinary ways. In the far north of Madagascar, hidden within a dry and rugged landscape, lies one of the island's most unusual wonders, the Singhi Rouge, or Red Singhi. Unlike the famous grey limestone pinnacles of western Madagascar, these formations are sculpted from soft red laterite clay and sand. Over thousands of years, wind and seasonal rains have carved the earth into forests of fragile spires, towers, and ridges that seem almost too delicate to touch. The colors shift dramatically with the light, from pale orange to deep crimson, creating a natural cathedral of red stone. Unlike many landscapes that took millions of years to form, the Red Singhi is still being shaped before our eyes, eroding and transforming with every rainfall. Tucked away near the town of Antsiranana, the Red Singhi remains one of Madagascar's least visited treasures, offering a glimpse into the island's raw and fragile beauty that few travelers ever witness. Beneath a small church in the town of Kutná Hora in the Czech Republic lies one of the most haunting monuments in Europe, the Sedlec Ossuary, often called the Bone Church. Inside, the remains of more than 40,000 people have been arranged into breathtaking works of art. Skulls and femurs form chandeliers, pyramids, and coats of arms, turning human mortality into intricate design. The bones date back to the medieval period, when plague and war filled the cemetery faster than it could hold. Rather than hide death, the ossuary transforms it into a stark reminder of life's fragility. Walking through its candlelit halls, visitors are confronted not with horror, but with an eerie beauty, an atmosphere where history, faith, and mortality intertwine. Rising from the desert cliffs of northern Arizona, the Glen Canyon Dam is one of the most ambitious engineering feats in the American Southwest. Completed in the 1960s, it holds back the mighty Colorado River to form Lake Powell, a reservoir that stretches for nearly 200 miles through winding red rock canyons. The dam towers over 700 feet, making it one of the tallest in the United States, and provides hydroelectric power to millions across the region. Yet, it is also one of the most controversial structures in modern history. While it brought water and energy to growing cities, It also flooded countless ancient canyons, petroglyphs, and habitats, forever changing the landscape. The Guanyin Pavilion in Yueyang, China, is remarkable not only for its devotion to the Goddess of Mercy, but for its unique position, built directly above the waters of the Xiang River. Unlike most temples that rise firmly on land, this wooden pavilion seems to float, its reflection merging with the river below. First constructed during the Ming Dynasty, it has endured centuries of floods and storms, a testament to both faith and resilience. Inside, the halls echo with the scent of incense and the quiet prayers of pilgrims who believe the river itself carries Guanyin's compassion downstream. Rising just outside Barcelona, Montserrat Mountain is one of Spain's most extraordinary natural landmarks. Its name means serrated mountain, a fitting description for the jagged limestone peaks that look as though they were carved by a giant hand. These unique formations were shaped over millions of years by wind and rain, creating a skyline unlike any other in Europe. Montserrat is also home to the famous Benedictine monastery of Santa Maria de Montserrat, where the revered Black Madonna statue draws pilgrims from around the world. For centuries, the mountain has been a place where geology, faith, and legend converge. From its summit, the views sweep across Catalonia, blending rugged cliffs with rolling valleys. In the heart of Egypt's western desert lies a landscape so surreal it feels like another planet, the White Desert. Stretching across endless sands, the ground is scattered with giant chalk rock formations, sculpted by wind and sand into shapes that resemble mushrooms, animals, and towering monoliths. Their bright white color glows under the desert's sun and turns golden at sunset, creating an ever-changing natural gallery. Unlike the golden dunes most imagine when thinking of Egypt, this desert is a world of ghostly forms where silence deepens the sense of wonder. On the vast steppes of southern Siberia lies Lake Berlinskoye, one of Russia's most colorful natural wonders. Each summer, this salt lake transforms into brilliant shades of pink and crimson, a spectacle created by tiny salt-loving organisms and brine shrimp that thrive in its mineral-rich waters. Stretching for miles, the lake has been harvested for salt since the 18th century, with gleaming white crystals lining its shores. Local legends say the lake holds healing powers, and even today, people travel here for both its beauty and its salt. What makes Lake Belinskoye so extraordinary is its living, changing palette, an artwork painted by nature that shifts with the seasons, reminding us of the fragile balance between life and landscape in Siberia's wide open spaces. Deep in the Peruvian Amazon flows one of the strangest rivers on Earth, Shanai Timpishka, known as the Boiling River. Stretching for nearly 4 miles, its waters reach temperatures hot enough to cook small animals that fall in, a phenomenon almost unheard of outside volcanic zones. Yet this river lies hundreds of miles from the nearest volcano. For centuries, local legends spoke of its mystical powers, and shamans considered it sacred. Modern science has revealed that underground geothermal activity heats the river through deep fault lines, but its scale still puzzles researchers. Mist rises constantly from its surface, shrouding the jungle in an eerie haze. Hidden within the high desert of northern Arizona, Grand Falls is a natural wonder, unlike any other waterfall in the United States. Nicknamed the Chocolate Falls, its torrents rush down in shades of brown and red, carrying silt from the surrounding desert and creating the appearance of liquid chocolate cascading over volcanic rock. Standing higher than Niagara, the falls measure more than 180 feet, yet they flow only seasonally, most powerfully during spring snowmelt or after desert rains. Located on Navajo Nation land, the site remains relatively unknown to travelers, adding to its mystique. Against a backdrop of crimson mesas and wide desert skies, Grand Falls combines the raw force of water with the vivid colors of the Southwest, offering a fleeting but unforgettable spectacle in the heart of Arizona's canyon country. Winding through misty mountains, lush tea plantations, and coastal villages, The trains of Sri Lanka offer one of the most breathtaking rail journeys in the world. More than just transportation, these trains connect remote communities and showcase the island's landscapes in a way no road ever could. The most famous route runs from Kandy to Ella, where blue carriages curve through emerald green hills and over century-old bridges, like the iconic Nine-Arch Bridge. Built during the British colonial era in the 19th century, the railway has become both a lifeline for locals and a symbol of adventure for travelers. Windows and open doors frame views of waterfalls, rice paddies, and jungle valleys that feel timeless. Riding a Sri Lankan train is not only a journey across the island, it's a passage into the rhythm of daily life, where history, culture, and nature roll by on steel tracks. Tubataha Reefs Natural Park in the Philippines is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's premier diving destinations. Located in the heart of the Sulu Sea, this remote marine sanctuary is home to some of the most pristine coral reefs on Earth. Its underwater landscapes are a dazzling mosaic of over 600 species of fish, 360 species of coral, manta rays, sharks, sea turtles, and even the occasional whale. Because of its isolation, the ecosystem remains largely untouched by human impact, making it a living time capsule of ocean biodiversity. Accessible only by liveaboard boats during a short diving season, Tubataha feels like another world. Wild, pure, and breathtakingly alive. It's not just a natural park, but a rare glimpse into what the oceans once looked like in their most untouched state. Vale da Lua, or the Valley of the Moon in Brazil, is a surreal landscape carved by the waters of the São Miguel River. Over thousands of years, the river has sculpted smooth gray rocks into shapes that look like craters, waves, and lunar valleys, making it seem as if you're walking on the surface of the moon. What makes this place even more magical is the contrast between the alien-like stone formations and the lush green vegetation of the Chapada dos Veadeiros National Park surrounding it. It's a rare spot where geology and imagination collide, giving travelers the sensation of stepping into another world. The Dasht Lut Desert in Iran is one of the most extreme landscapes on Earth. Known simply as Lut, it holds the record for some of the highest ground temperatures ever measured. Scientists once recorded over 159 degrees Fahrenheit on its surface. But beyond its scorching heat, Lut is also a land of breathtaking natural sculptures. Towering rock formations called yardangs rise like ancient fortresses, while vast salt plains shimmer under the relentless sun. The desert's shifting sands and eroded plateaus create a scene that feels more like another planet than our own world. With almost no vegetation and little sign of life, the Lut is both haunting and mesmerizing, a reminder of nature's raw power and the extremes our planet can hold. Lake Retba in Senegal, often called the Pink Lake, is famous for its striking bubblegum hue. The unusual color comes from a type of algae that produces red pigments to survive in the lake's extremely salty waters, levels close to those of the Dead Sea. During the dry season, the pink tones become especially vivid, making the lake look almost unreal. Local communities have long harvested salt here, and you can still see workers collecting shimmering white crystals from the shallow waters. Lake Retba is not only a natural wonder, but also a living example of how people and wildlife coexist in harmony with a fragile, otherworldly ecosystem. Zhuozhaigu Valley in China is a landscape that feels like it belongs to a fairy tale. Nestled in the mountains of Sichuan, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is famous for its crystal-clear lakes, cascading waterfalls, and snow-capped peaks. The waters here shimmer in brilliant shades of turquoise, sapphire, and emerald, created by natural deposits of calcium carbonate that refract light in dazzling ways. Forests of maple, spruce, and bamboo surround the valley, bursting into fiery colors in autumn and cloaked in white during winter, making every season a masterpiece. Lake Bled in Slovenia is one of Europe's most enchanting natural landmarks. Surrounded by the Julian Alps, the lake is famous for its emerald green waters and the small island at its center, crowned by a picturesque church whose bell is said to grant wishes. Overlooking it all is Bled Castle, perched dramatically on a cliff, adding a fairy tale charm to the scene. Visitors can glide across the lake in traditional wooden Pletner boats or hike nearby trails for sweeping views of the water, island, and mountains. Each season paints Lake Bled differently: lush green in summer, golden in autumn, and magical under a blanket of winter snow. It is a place where history, legend, and nature combine to create an unforgettable setting. Panjin Red Beach in China is a landscape that looks almost unreal. Located in Liaoning Province, this vast wetland turns a brilliant crimson each autumn when a special type of seaweed called Sweda salsa reaches its peak color. Stretching for miles, the tidal flats appear like a red carpet meeting the horizon, creating one of the most surreal coastal scenes on Earth. Beyond its striking beauty, Red Beach is also an important ecological reserve, home to rare birds such as the red-crowned crane and Saunders's gull. Wooden walkways allow visitors to admire the scenery without disturbing the fragile ecosystem. Panjin Red Beach is more than a natural spectacle. It is a vivid reminder of the delicate harmony between land, water, and life. Nubra Valley in India is a hidden gem tucked deep within the Himalayas of Ladakh. Known as the Valley of Flowers, it is shaped by the meeting of the Shyok and Nubra rivers, creating a stark yet breathtaking contrast of landscapes, snow-capped peaks towering over desert-like sand dunes. The valley is also famous for its Bactrian camels, descendants of ancient Silk Road caravans that still wander the dunes today. Monasteries perched on rocky cliffs add a spiritual aura, with fluttering prayer flags standing bright against the barren backdrop. Remote and otherworldly, Nubra Valley feels like a place where time slows down, offering a rare glimpse into both the raw power of nature and the deep-rooted culture of the Himalayas. Bryce Canyon in the United States is one of nature's most astonishing geological theaters. Unlike a true canyon, it is a series of giant natural amphitheaters carved into the edge of a high plateau. Its most striking feature is the endless forest of hoodoos, tall, thin spires of rock sculpted by millions of years of frost, water, and wind. At sunrise and sunset, these formations glow in shades of orange, red, and pink, creating a surreal landscape that feels almost like another planet. The park also sits at a high elevation, offering crystal-clear night skies where the Milky Way shines with breathtaking clarity. Rio Lagatos in Mexico is one of the most important sanctuaries for flamingos in the Americas. Each year, thousands of these graceful birds gather in its lagoons and mangroves, turning the wetlands into a living sea of pink. The reserve provides the perfect conditions for nesting, as shallow waters and abundant food allow the flamingos to thrive. Watching their synchronized movements, stretching wings, wading through the water, or lifting into the sky as one, feels like witnessing a natural ballet. While the area is also home to crocodiles, turtles, and countless bird species, it is the flamingos that make Rio Lagatos truly unforgettable. Beneath the massive Vatnajökull glacier in Iceland lies the Crystal Ice Cave, a place so surreal it feels as if it belongs on another planet. This cave is formed each winter when glacial meltwater cuts through ancient ice that has been compressed over thousands of years. The result is a cathedral-like chamber where the walls shimmer in dazzling shades of sapphire, turquoise, and silver. Trapped within the ice are layers of volcanic ash and bubbles of ancient air, frozen reminders of Iceland's turbulent past. Sunlight filtering through the thick ice creates shifting beams that dance across the walls, making the cave feel alive with color and light. But this wonder is fleeting. Each year, the cave collapses, reforms, and reshapes itself, never appearing the same twice. To walk inside is to step into a frozen dream, a natural masterpiece that embodies both the power and the fragility of Iceland's untamed landscapes. In the windswept, white mountains of California stand the bristlecone pines, Earth's oldest living trees, some over 4,800 years old. Twisted by time and weather, their gnarled forms survive where little else can. At altitudes of over 10,000 feet, more than 3,000 meters above sea level. These ancient sentinels have watched empires rise and fall, outliving pyramids, civilizations, and even written language. Their dense, resin-rich wood resists rot and insects, allowing them to endure for millennia. Tucked away in the remote fjordland of New Zealand, Milford Sound is a place that feels like it belongs to another world. Carved by ancient glaciers, this fjord stretches for nearly 10 miles, with sheer cliffs rising over 4,000 feet straight out of the water. Rain falls here more than 200 days a year, creating hundreds of temporary waterfalls that tumble dramatically into the dark waters below. On calm days, the surface reflects snow-capped peaks so perfectly that it feels like sailing through a dream. Dolphins, seals, and even penguins call this hidden paradise home, while mist drifts through the valleys like whispers from another time. Rudyard Kipling once called it the eighth wonder of the world, and standing there, surrounded by raw silence and towering stone, it's hard to believe he was wrong. Winding through the landscapes of southwestern Spain, the Tinto River looks like it belongs on another planet. Its waters are stained deep red, like blood, due to extremely high levels of iron and heavy metals leached from the surrounding rocks. Flowing for about 62 miles, 100 kilometers, this river runs through the ancient mining region of Huelva. The acidity of the water can reach below pH 2, comparable to lemon juice, and temperatures in summer often climb above 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. Yet despite these extreme conditions, the river hosts unique microorganisms that survive without oxygen, much like life might exist on Mars. NASA has even studied it to understand alien environments. In the heart of Namibia's Namib-Naukluft National Park lies Dead Vlei, a place so surreal it looks like a painting come to life. Once a thriving oasis, it dried up centuries ago when shifting sand dunes cut off the river that fed it. Today, the clay pan is littered with the blackened skeletons of ancient camel thorn trees, some more than 900 years old, preserved by the dry desert air. Surrounding it are some of the tallest sand dunes on Earth, rising nearly 1,000 feet. Their fiery red color glowing like molten metal under the sun. At sunrise and sunset, the contrast of orange dunes, white salt pan, and dark trees is so striking it feels otherworldly, like standing on the surface of Mars. In the heart of East Java, Indonesia, lies a surreal volcanic landscape known as the Bromo Tengger Semeru Desert. It's part of the Bromo Tengger Semeru National Park, where vast seas of volcanic sand stretch for over 5,000 acres, around 2,000 hectares, encircling Mount Bromo, an active volcano that rises to 7,641 feet, about 2,329 meters, above sea level. The desert, called the Sea of Sand, appears like a lunar wasteland, with ash-blown plains, steep calderas, and towering peaks. Deep in northern Tanzania lies Ngorongoro Crater, the largest unbroken volcanic caldera on Earth. A place where time seems frozen in an ancient rhythm of life. Formed nearly 2 million years ago after a massive volcano collapsed, the crater stretches 12 miles across, its walls rising like a natural fortress that protects a world within. Inside, grasslands, swamps, and lakes create one of the richest wildlife havens on the planet. Over 25,000 animals live here, from massive elephants and black rhinos to prides of lions that roam freely across the plains. Some call it the Garden of Eden for its beauty and abundance, yet it is also raw and untamed, where predator and prey share the same stage. Standing on the rim, gazing into this hidden sanctuary feels like looking back into Earth's earliest chapters. Sumgan Kutuk Cave, located in the Republic of Bashkortostan, Russia, is one of the deepest underwater caves in the country, a hidden labyrinth carved by nature over millions of years. Its known depth reaches approximately 398 feet, about 121 meters, and it stretches underground for more than 6 miles, nearly 10 kilometers. The cave's name translates to diving sinkhole in the Bashkir language, a fitting title for its plunging shafts and dark, echoing chambers. On the northeastern coast of Brazil lies Lençóis Maranhenses, a landscape so strange and beautiful it seems impossible. Vast white sand dunes stretch endlessly like a desert, yet this is no ordinary desert. Each rainy season, fresh water collects between the dunes, forming thousands of turquoise lagoons that shimmer under the sun. For a few magical months, the sand and water create a living mosaic, rolling hills of white, stitched together with mirrors of blue and green. Fish and tiny aquatic life even appear in these pools, carried by birds or underground rivers, adding to the mystery of this place. From above, Lençóis Maranhenses looks like rippling silk sheets laid across the earth, a natural wonder that defies logic and expectation. In southern Iceland lies Eldran, the largest lava field in the world, created by a catastrophic eruption of the Laki volcano in the year 1783. This eruption lasted for 8 months, covering more than 250 square miles, over 650 square kilometers in molten rock and releasing toxic gases that devastated Europe's climate for years. Today, Eldran is blanketed in a thick, spongy layer of green moss that took centuries to grow. Walking across it feels like stepping on another planet, soft, silent, and hauntingly beautiful. But the moss is fragile. One careless footprint can leave a scar that lasts for decades. Hidden between the rugged peaks of the Caucasus Mountains and the endless waves of the Caspian Sea lies Dagestan, one of Russia's most mysterious and untouched regions. From the sky, the drone reveals sheer cliffs plunging into turquoise waters, ancient mountain villages clinging to ridges as if suspended in time, and vast plateaus where silence stretches as far as the eye can see. This is a land of raw contrasts, where deserts meet snow-capped peaks and traditions as old as history itself still shape daily life. Few outsiders have witnessed Dagestan's beauty, yet from above, its landscapes unfold like a secret world, untamed and unforgettable. In the hills of Southern California, Walker Canyon erupts into a sea of color during a rare phenomenon known as a superbloom. After years of drought, when the perfect mix of winter rain and sunshine align, the hillsides come alive with millions of golden-orange California poppies, the state flower, spilling over the canyon like molten lava. It's a sight that only happens once every few years, and when it does, the dusty trails vanish beneath a surreal carpet of color stretching for miles. From above, it looks like the earth is glowing. Visitors from all over the world flock to see it. But this spectacle lasts only a few weeks, a fleeting dream, woven from soil, sunlight, and patience. In the heart of Bohol, Philippines, rises a landscape so unusual it seems designed by imagination rather than nature: the Chocolate Hills. More than 1,000 perfectly rounded limestone mounds stretch across the horizon, their uniform shapes baffling both scientists and travelers alike. During the dry season, the grass covering them turns a rich brown, giving the hills their sweet-sounding name. Geological studies suggest they were formed over millions of years by the uplift of coral deposits and erosion by rain. Yet local legend tells another story. One tale speaks of giants who fought for days, hurling stones at each other until exhaustion left behind these hills. Another speaks of a heartbroken giant whose tears hardened into the mounds that still stand today.